Coffee? Yes, it was quite a drive, but beautiful here.
Nice, man. Welcome.
You can go see, bro. Cool, man.
Get in there.
Oh, thank you for the coffee.
Thanks for pulling in, man.
Yeah, especially today, quite a cold day.
Yeah, it's chillos out there.
And when I chat with you, you say that you have been composing a lot and trying new things.
I've been kind of working through archival stuff mostly, actually. Been kind of doing a lot of stuff that's been sitting that I needed time to kind of flesh out in the studio. So yeah, I've been productive on that level.
Okay. Yeah. And must be like, quite different, not being on the road.
Totally different, yeah, because typically it would be like 5 months of the year kind of traveling around, and now like nothing. But it's been good here, so yeah.
Yes. Yeah, especially where we are living, it's quite good to be.
Yeah, a beautiful part of the world.
Close to nature and something like that. With us it has been like madness, but it's okay. At least we are helping a lot of people, and that's kind of motivating.
For sure, man. Yeah, it sounds like you've been super busy. Calls from the president.
The first time that we talked to him, he was very worried about the variant.
Sure.
So, and we talked to him 7:30 in the morning.
Wow.
And the second time that we talked to him, he was very happy, because then we showed that the variant produced such high level antibodies that would potentially be a good virus to add to vaccines, and would also be good because would protect South Africa for some time from the third wave.
Do you want to come have a look at the studio?
Yeah, that would be lovely. You can see from here, it looks fantastic.
Cool.
How that inspired you to?
Very much. So I think that also it was important for me in the past to be very close to an airport.
Yes.
At the moment it's not. I mean, I've done, since the kind of initial lockdown, I've done exactly 2 flights.
Okay.
And normally I would do like 100,
Yes.
So it's been wonderful having the time to be a bit more still. I think also what I realized was that maybe I'm a bit of a homebody, but I never had the opportunity to kind of have that as an option. So yeah, I've been very happy kind of making spaces and being kind of on the land.
Yes.
And tell me this, I was interested in this because I know in Brazil there was a variant.
Yes.
How different was it to the variant that was in South Africa?
It is, they have a lot of similarities.
Okay.
To be honest, most of the variants have many similarities, And the similarities is that they have mutations at this similar position of the genome. And the one in Brazil that was discovered in Brazil, the one that was discovered in South Africa, they make the vaccines a little bit less efficient. So that's why people is very worried. First, people are very worried about the one in South Africa, but because we control transmission quite well, and now people is really worried about the one that was discovered in Brazil, because transmission is extremely high in Brazil.
Wow.
I don't know if you saw, but in the last few weeks, 4,000 people dying a day in Brazil.
4,000 people a day?
Yeah.
Wow. That's a lot.
That's a lot, even for a big country.
Sure. Wow, I didn't know it was so crazy. And the mutation can be, it's not necessarily to strengthen the virus. The mutation has its own life and own kind of randomized
Yes.
process.
Exactly. It's a completely random process, yeah. And viruses do mutate all the time. But then what's happened with these variants? A big jump in mutations. They mutate 10 times more because probably someone that couldn't clear the virus, but then the virus become more transmissible.
Sure.
Or can infect people multiple times and then start overtaking the other ones. Yeah.
Wow. And do you foresee the mutations continuing? It's a difficult question, I guess.
It is a difficult question, but we are personally quite worried in the last few weeks, because now we are doing a lot of DNA sequence from many countries in Africa, and we can see many new variants emerging. Yeah, and so we are quite worried that if one doesn't control the epidemic, especially in less developed countries, these things will keep emerging. Yeah.
And do you think that the vaccine is going to be the savior, the thing that is going to eliminate spreading? I mean, it's also an unknown, but
the vaccine is the most potent tool in the arsenal, yeah, or the most potent weapon in the arsenal, yeah. But there is also other good weapons, yeah, and some of them are simple, such as opening a window. You can reduce 50% transmission inside a place. Other ones are like this contact tracing and testing. Yeah, some of them are quite simple, and by people being quite careful, that's quite simple. Yeah. But to don't be too sad, play us a little bit.
Yeah,
music,
sure.
Otherwise, it's like life is quite serious these days.